Clouds here and there, Matt. Not a bad day outside, a little warmish, a little humid. But we are expecting a big change in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, Father's Day, cold front comes in. Doesn't really bring a lot of cold air, but what it does bring is a lot of storm activity. Right now, it's off towards the west, coming through Denver right now, and it's going to hit us tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Until then, our rain chances are a lot lower. We still have a 10 to 20% chance this evening because there's this boundary sitting off towards the east, still providing some unsettled weather for northern Arkansas and parts of southern Missouri. Here's a closer look at some of these cells. They're kind of dancing around Joplin, but notice how some of them, as they sag south, they do break apart. But then some of them get kind of large in and around Springfield and just northeast of Joplin. So something to watch. I think the majority of these will stay north, but one or two could try to slip into parts of northwest Arkansas this evening. So 10 to 20% chance. I think the chance is a little bit lower in the River Valley. Just something to watch out for. I think most of us are going to have a much better evening than we've had throughout the rest of the day. Here's a closer look in 5 country. Still some clouds in the east, but those are pushing out closer to where that stationary boundary is. Eventually that boundary won't be so stationary. It's going to move back off towards the east, getting closer to the Mississippi River. So we're going to slowly dry out, other than a very stray shower. All right, so this evening, most of us fine. Partly cloudy, mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the 70s, northwest Arkansas. We didn't get as hot today because the clouds lingered. In fact, it's kind of nice. A little gift for us before the heat really turns on tomorrow. We have 80s in the River Valley, although some 70s around Clarksville, Paris, and Boonville, where the clouds lingered a bit longer, and the showers did too. And we're going to fall to the 70s for the rest of us throughout the rest of the evening, and then 60s overnight tonight. All right. Father's Day weekend coming up. We've got some big-time storms coming up late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Many of us may have to wait until after midnight into Sunday morning to get those thunderstorms. But the first half of the weekend looks great. Very hot and humid. Lots of sunshine expected. Only a stray storm bubbling up randomly. Otherwise, the storm chances come for Sunday. And I think the first half of Sunday, all the way up until lunchtime, could be stormy for us. It's going to be a repeated show of some of these rumbles of thunder pushing through 5 country. Later into the afternoon, hopefully we squeeze out a bit of sunshine. Here's a look at the timeline throughout this weekend. Saturday looks good, other than a 10% shower or so. But then right around midnight and after midnight, right when we're trying to get Dad some sleep, lots of storms will be expected in that northwestern sky with hail and wind threats. And then eventually later into the day, the rain chances go down, but it's hard to completely shake them. But let's go day by day. Saturday, nice and warm. In fact, our UV index is now going to be at a 10. That means sunburn time will only be 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to be hot. It's going to be warm for your Saturday, but overall nice summery day across 5 country. It's late Saturday night that we have to watch out for. Stronger thunderstorms developing off towards the west, finally arriving over the state line somewhere around midnight or after midnight. We'll continue to work on the timing, but then there could be more developing storms throughout the rest of the morning and into the very early afternoon on Sunday. But I think the prime time will be 2 to 8 a.m. for the strongest thunderstorms. That's where we have that level 3 severe threat now for the River Valley and for northwest Arkansas. Now, specifically, what does that mean? I think we could have golf ball sized hail falling for some of us in 5 country. The bigger hail will be off towards the west. From a wind threat, that goes up. In fact, we could have that 70-mile-per-hour wind threat coming into parts of the River Valley, mainly a 60-mile-per-hour wind threat for northwest Arkansas. So watch out for storms early Sunday morning. Probably going to wake a lot of us up. We will be fully staffed going in throughout the whole weekend overnight. We'll stay up with you guys tracking these storms. But Dad's Day is going to be a little bit stormy in the beginning. We're going to try to shake the storms out, give us a little sun by the afternoon. But things may be wet for much of the day after all this rain.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too, especially in the afternoon with all that rainfall. Ooh,
yeah, some of these storms are going to drop a quick inch, so it's a good amount of rain.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So grill for dinner.
Yeah.
Not lunch. There you go. Thanks, Matt. All right, a traveling brewmaster now collaborating